Windyhurst is a four-generation farm. We farm about 600 acres, and some of that's leased and some of that's owned. We have about 350 acres on the home farm here. We milk about 250 to 270 cows at any given time. We average about 83 pounds per cow. We have a 4.0 fat and a 3.2 protein. We kind of grew up in the atmosphere, and I enjoy the animals, and it's kind of the change of season with farming. You kind of get to do something different all the time, and I had the opportunity to go to school at UNH, and it kind of just strengthened what I wanted to do, and I have enjoyed coming back here and working with my brother and my dad, and it's kind of rare you get to work with your family every day, and we're kind of fortunate we're able to do that, so it makes a good job even more enjoyable.
And I've been saying since I was a kid, that's all I've wanted to do. So I'm just watching our father. It's the one man we look up to the most. I've always just wanted to follow in his footsteps.
I have two sons that are on the farm now full-time, so we're all working together every day, and then two other daughters that have other jobs, but they're always around to kind of support everybody, and then another son that is more involved at the sugar house and the restaurant.
Just so thankful for the fortitude that my family has, because my dad has just worked so hard to keep everything going, along with everyone, my mom, my brothers, everybody plays a role. There's a lot of stubbornness there that keeps everybody going.
Generally I'm up at 4 most every morning, tending to all the tasks of growing crops or feeding cows or whatever's needed. Still working till generally 6 o'clock at night.
A 7-hour day in the morning, and then you go out and you put in another 10-hour day, and by the time you get home, it's like you never slept, and you get up and do the same thing all over again. So it's a grind, but we enjoy it.
I think one of the big misconceptions that people have is that the only way to support a local farm is to go directly to the farm and buy their product. But in the state of New Hampshire, you can go and buy a gallon of milk off the shelf and just check the code and see that that's something that was produced right here in your own state, that is a local product, even though it's masquerading on the shelf looking just like all of the other milk that came from all over the country.
There's a few things that face farmers nowadays that's interesting, and it can be a generational thing where they don't have the next generation coming behind them and they're ready to retire, but there's no young farmers getting into the game per se, because it's too costly. It's too costly to buy land and start a farm because you're not getting paid enough to start from scratch.
The worst pressure is development pressure, and losing a chunk of land here or there to a house or something like that is the hardest thing.
Half the scenery for tourism is agriculture, so if we could just figure out how to make that, I don't know, marketable, that'd be great.
I mean, think of it. We've experienced COVID, these crises we've all been through. What's going to happen, once we go through the next one? You need to be able to get local food. You need to have something close by. And if all of the local farms go out of business, as many have, there's not going to be a local food supply.
I think future-wise here, it's just sustainability and, figuring out, like Alicia, our sister, talks about all the time, what we're good at and honing in on it and doing more of it.
We believe that that we're here because God put us here to do this and to provide for the community around us.
We work every day. It's the small farms that are producing the quality product. And drink more milk.
Yeah, drink milk, it's good for you.
It is good for you.